2, 3, 4.
I'm Kim. Good morning. Buenos dias. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve gratefully on the worship arts team.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno. My name is Cecily Callahan, and I serve gratefully as your coordinator of community life.
As we begin our time together, we acknowledge that the Alluvial Church campus here in Central California was built on the traditional homelands of the Yokuts people, the original and continued caretakers of this land. Whether you're here in the physical sanctuary that sits upon our sacred land, or whether you're comfortable on an online campus or joining later at a time of choosing, YouTube or on Facebook, please know that we are all welcome here. It's one congregation in many places.
We are welcome no matter our primary or secondary language. Our welcome includes everyone, no matter our race or culture of origin.
We are people of different ages, spiritual backgrounds, and religious beliefs. Some of us are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, non-binary, queer, or intersex. We are all welcome here.
Some of us are neurodiverse. Many of us have disabilities, visible and unseen. We have many different levels of formal education or income. Welcome.
We are all welcome with or without documentation. Con o son papeles. Todos son bienvenidos aquí.
As Unitarian Universalists, we believe an authentic spiritual life begins with a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and we put love at the center of it all.
If you're on our online church campus and want your joy, sorrow, or concern or gratitude included in today's service, just text it to us at 559-239-6543. You can also text us if you're interested in becoming an online member. Our next Member Sunday is June 14th. We have church members who participate online in places as diverse as the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts, downtown Seattle, Washington, and in an RV traveling the highways of America. If you're an online member, you'll be in good company.
We are in the middle of our annual Pledge Drive campaign. Here's an update from our Pledge Drive team, first from our online campus.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Mi nombre es Mona Jones Romancic. My name is Mona Jones Romancic. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve gratefully as the chairperson of the Pledge Drive team. On behalf of our whole team, we want to thank those of you who have pledged. Your financial support helps sustain our wonderful services, programs, and community presence. We are extending our pledge drive by 1 week, so if you haven't yet pledged and your circumstances allow, please consider making a promise of financial support for the upcoming year. You can get more information at the table on the breezeway on Alluvial Avenue campus or from the QR code that will pop up. I'll now pass you to Laura, live on Alluvial Avenue, to share the updated totals.
Good morning. Buenos días. Mi nombre es Laura y mis pronombres son ellas. My name is Laura Radnoff. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve gratefully as the treasurer of this congregation and a member of your Pledge Drive team. Last Sunday, our Pledge Drive total was $485,851 pledged, which is 78.05% of our goal. This week, at the end of our 4th week of our Pledge Drive, we are excited to report that we now have a total of $508,161. That is 81.62% of our goal of $622,574. We only have $114,413 left to go. If you would like to make a first-time pledge, or if you want to renew your pledge today, stop by the pledge team table in the breezeway on our Alluvial Avenue campus, scan the QR code, email us at pledge@uufresno.org, or get the pledge card that was mailed to you and mail it back to us today. And a reminder that we are extending the pledge drive into our 5th week to give one more exciting opportunity for you to make your pledge. Thank you. Gracias.
In a moment, we will have an opportunity to greet one another, either in our alluvial sanctuary, our online sanctuary, or in the sanctuary of our heart. Please know that some of us might prefer our personal space and don't engage in this time of greeting. If we feel moved to do so, let's say buenos dias to each other.
Okay. As we prepare to begin our service this morning, let's allow the gentle sound of the tingsha to take us to that still and quiet place within. From that place of awareness and attention, may we open ourselves to the wisdom and inspiration within us, among us, and beyond.
One, two, three, four.
Yesterday's history, so why don't you be here with me? Be here with me now. Do you ever think that we're just chasing our tails, like life is one big fast treadmill, and we pop what is prescribed if it gets us first prize? But you know who I think will win are the ones who let love in, are the ones that take the time. All we have is this moment, tomorrow's unspoken, yesterday's history. So why don't you be here with me? All we have is this moment to put our love into motion. Yesterday is history. So why don't you be here with me? Be here with me now. All we have is this moment. Tomorrow's unspoken. Yesterday is history. So why don't you be here with me? All we have is this moment to put our love into motion. Yesterday is history, so why don't you be here with me? Be here with me now.
Buenos dias. My name is Rachel Andres, and I serve gratefully as your Director of Lifelong Learning. And my pronouns are she, her.
Joyful good morning. Hi, I'm Diana Ingram, and I'm proud to be a member of our worship arts team, and my pronouns are she and her.
In a moment, we will light our chalice here in our Alluvial Avenue sanctuary, and some of us will light a candle or chalice from home from our online campus. But first, let us take in a breath together. Imagining we are breathing in light and breathing out even more light into the world. And again, we will take a deep breath, imagining we are breathing in light and breathing out even more light into the world. And one more time. We take in a breath, imagining we are breathing in light and breathing out even more into the world.
Poet Shauna LeMay, in a blog post from 2017, writes, "There are so many kinds of light, which is what delights and intoxicates us, makes one fall in love with all of the possibilities. I'm writing this ongoing poem where I just keep coming back to and riffing on those lines by the filmmaker Svan Nykvist, where he says,
Light can be gentle, dangerous, dreamlike or bare, living or dead, misty, hot, clear, dark or violet, spring light, falling, straight, sensual, limited, poisonous, or calm and soft."
Shauna LeMay continues in her blog, "You could riff on this every day and the results will be different because the light is different, because life is different, and how you feel is different. One day the light is buttery and lemony and serene, the next heavy and strange and needy. On yet another day, the light is piercing, dripping, or fizzy."
In her blog, Shauna LeMay then asks us, is it possible that the light of the world, carefully observed, enters us, enters our breathing, and even our souls?
Once we have learned to breathe the light into our everyday life, it is only fitting to share it, to let others catch our soul light. Clarissa Pinkola Estes puts it like this:
One of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up and show your soul. Struggling souls catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it.
In that spirit, we light our chalice or candle, or perhaps the chalice of your own heart. Let us now rise in body and spirit and sing our song of praise. Morning has broken.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise che l'aurora qual la primera canta l'uraca voz inicial l'or del canto l'or all'alba y a su principio transcendental. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where our feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, love's recreation of the new day.
I invite us to remain standing as we say together the words of our church covenant. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia, la búsqueda de la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es su oración. Habitar juntos en paz, buscar la verdad con libertad y servir a la humanidad juntos con el fin de que todas las almas puedan crecer en armonía con lo divino. Esto es lo que pactamos unos con otros. We affirm that love is a doctrine of this church, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. We strive to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. Please be seated.
I was really looking for community, and I was looking for a place where I could share thoughts and ideas, especially coming out of the first Trump administration. I definitely needed a space and people around me that had similar values and similar beliefs, and a space where I felt I could share those thoughts and ideas. I think anywhere where we can find even a small glimpse of hope is so crucial and so important. And church helps remind me of that every time I come here. The fact is, none of us are perfect, right? We all show up as very imperfect individuals, and we always want to keep fighting to be better versions of ourselves, to make our community better, to make our world better. And I think that's why a lot of us are UUs. I don't want to come, to my social justice activities or to, anything I'm doing in life from a sense of hate or fear or anger. I don't think that gets us where we want to be in life as a person, as a church community, or even as a global community. I think starting with love at that center is so important to then guiding us in the decisions that we make on a daily basis. We want to be a space for people to be able to show up just as they are, with their questions, with their doubts, with their fears, but in a place where we want to love and be loved in return. Giving to the church financially is so important, and whether it's like $1 a week, right? Some people, like, that's what they can afford right now, and I think that's so important. You know, I really try to think about kind of how is that dollar creating the space and the community that I want, right? That I want to be a part of, that I'm very proud to be a part of, and that I want to continue giving to the best of my ability. All of the people that I've met through this experience have just, every single one of them has helped brighten my life, and I hope I also do the same for them in return.
In that spirit, we are going to sing our kids off to their spirit explorations with Rachel and team. So head on to the back where Veronica is waving, and let's sing them out as they go.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. Nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life, we hold you in our love as you go.
I know we've breathed together already, but let's do it again. I invite us to take in a breath, imagining that we are breathing in peace. And God, do we need peace? And we breathe out love. Again, we breathe in peace, imagining peace into every cell of our body. And from every cell in our body, we breathe out love again into this world. And one last time together, we imagine we're breathing in peace. We breathe out love. As we continue breathing together, imagine that that breath can take us back over the last week, the last 7 days of our living, and two gentle questions of reflection. The first, in the last week, were you ever unskillful with your words, actions, or thoughts? And if so, you're in the right place. And knowing we put love at the center, the second question, in the week ahead, can you begin again in love? We gather each week in the spirit of love and in the hopes of being recalled to our best selves again. As we gather, we create space to honor the complexity of our lives, the wonderful mix of joys and sorrows, gratitudes and concerns that we carry within us and among us. Some of us stopped at the small table at the entranceway to the church. Others of us texted from our online campus, and we have quite a few this morning. Chloe says from our online campus, it was so powerful seeing the photos from the Fresno No King's Day effort, sending hugs, strength to so much love to all of you from the DC area. And Laura Radonov says, I'm feeling grateful. I realized yesterday what a difference being part of this church community has made in my self-confidence. I want to say thank you to every single one of you wonderful people. Right back at you, Laura. Phoebe D says, I am grateful to have had such a lovely Ostara celebration. Aaron, today is my 38th orbit, hoping for one more. You know, the whole trans thing. Love you all. Kim is feeling grateful that her kids are at home so she can focus her attention on my own spiritual wellness. And one who is unnamed is grateful and joyful, all of the eternal children and mystic sisters among us. And last, Nusha asks us to pray for Braxton and the people of Iran. We also remember our beloveds, those members and friends of our congregation unable to be with us today because of health challenges. We think of Mary M., Andrew L., Paula F., Dominic P., Myrna S., Glenda R., Pat M., and Robin C. We know we are in the last days of March, but we again want to celebrate Women's History Month. We also pause to acknowledge that Tuesday is Transgender Day of Visibility. And this week is a sacred week for two of the world's religions. Today is Palm Sunday, the beginning of the sacred Holy Week for the Christian tradition, and in the Jewish tradition, Passover begins on Wednesday. And as we always do, we hold in our hearts and thoughts all the places in the world that do not know peace, and there are so many. And we acknowledge what part this country plays in the withholding of peace in so many places in this world. And so for everything we've shared, we light our candle of community. And our candle of community does not burn alone today. We also light our candle, a candle of compassion, resistance, and hope, as we again acknowledge and grieve everything that is under attack by our federal government. Our call to meditation reminds us that even in the midst of tumult, there is a voice still and small, deep inside all. Still we remain, singing. And as Stolen Thunder arrives on the chancel, I invite us to join our voices in our call to meditation.
Deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In storm and rain, sorrow and pain, still we remain, singing. Calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years, singing. Pequeña voz, dentro Salvador, oigo tu voz cantando. En mi dolor, llanto, terror, siento tu amor cantando, siempre darás calma y solas en mi pesar, cantando.
Our words of prayer or reflection come from the poetry of Mary Oliver. One sentence for us. Let us pray. Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable, the love. The unimaginable love. Que así sea, bendito sea. May it be so, blessed be. Amen.
Look. Look again. I advise you, when you do not see, look again. I would never have thought that December day about a year ago, as I looked around the ICU room, hearing about the days I had been there, how my daughter Laura had brought me in just in time, and I had to face my mortality. I would never have imagined that I would be grateful for that moment. A famous song by Joni Mitchell goes, "Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone." They paved over paradise and put up a parking lot. What wisdom there really is in that lyric. Imagine how I felt when I saw that blue sky that day. Then imagine how the fluffy white clouds were playing charades. What might you have seen in those playful clouds? Perhaps a giraffe saying, "Hi, look at me," or another shouting, "See me, I am a flower." Next, be still. Silence your mind and just take in life's show. The next time you see a squirrel, Stop to see that master acrobat give you a show without a ticket. Bend down in the grass and pick a dandelion and pretend you are once more a child. Rub it against your cheek. Marvel at the miracle of nature that is yours to enjoy for free. Later, play your favorite song. Let your soul breathe it in, savor each note, and thank your ears for that gift. Now, grab an apple and bite in, letting the sweet juice drip down your chin and relish in its sweetness, all the while thanking your taste buds. I've become a real fan of all my senses, even pain, for the sheer ecstasy of when it ends, and you say to yourself, how wonderful it is that no thing is so good or so bad that it lasts forever. Recently, I went out to lunch with a group of my friends after talking about beauty, nature, and awareness. We drove down the same street. When we arrived, I asked them each what things they had noticed on the short drive. No one had noticed anything. Then I shared. First, I noticed that purple crepe myrtle that was in full decorative mode. It made me happy. Then I noticed the pink shrubs at a red light. Spring had sprung, I thought. On the other side of the street, I saw a young boy, maybe 4, riding a little scooter, and he was grinning broadly. His parents were walking a few steps behind him, basking in the miracle that was their son. In front of a storage facility, I was entertained by the spout of water dancing in the fountain. My last delight of that short drive was a couple walking down the street, hand in hand. It made me think of how Ron and I used to do that, and I smiled at the memory and at that couple. My friends all said, we do not see any of that. Then I realized how many times I must have just walked by small miracles and paid them no mind. I grieve for those lost gifts of pleasure and awareness. My mission to you all, dun, 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 if you are willing to accept it, is as you drive home today, have it be a sensation scavenger hunt. See how many gifts you can collect, and let your face smile until it hurts, and then keep on smiling. Remember the wise words said by actress Rosalind Russell in the movie Animame. The whole world is a smorgasbord, and there are people out there that are starving to death. Any of you hungry? Look around you. Soak it all in. Enjoy every bit of life that has been offered to you. Go ahead. Life is out there waiting for you. Devour it all, and smile, and look again.
I invite us to add our voices to the mix by rising in body or spirit. We're going to sing The Web of Life. You might go, I don't know that hymn. Yes, you do. You will recognize the melody pretty darn fast. The Web of Life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Celebrate the web of life, its magnitude we sing, for we can see divinity in every living thing.
be seated. I think most of us would agree that living in these times can be so hard. It feels like we're living on the edge of everything, the edge of uncertainty, of chaos, of the edge of sanity, the edge of possible destruction. In times like this, when I get overwhelmed and inundated with fear, I remember a spiritual practice that I actually used a lot when I was a little kid, when I was a good little Roman Catholic altar boy. If I had a question back then, I would ask God, and then I would open my Bible to a random page. Then I'd take my finger and touch a random passage. And darn if that passage somehow didn't connect to my question and give me some guidance, some direction. It felt real. And as a friend once said, even if it's your imagination, if it's guidance, it's got to be good. Today, I do the same thing, but I usually ask questions to the universe or to myself, and I turn to other forms of wisdom besides the Bible. Sometimes it's the ecstatic poetry of Jalaluddin Rumi, the great mystic. Sometimes it is the beautiful, evocative verse of the great Iranian poet Hafiz. Sometimes it's Unitarians like the great transcendentalists Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, or Margaret Fuller. Sometimes it's just a random book that I pick off my bookshelf. Poetry from Carmen Tafoya, Ada Limon, or Maya Angelou. But, true confessions, most of the time, I turn to the poems of Mary Oliver. I did this earlier this month as I was thinking and planning about this sermon and thinking about everything that we are living through personally, nationally, internationally. Too much. So I asked, not believing Mary Oliver could truly hear me since she died in 2019, but I asked, Mary Oliver, what guidance do you have for me, for us, for this moment in time? I reached randomly for one of my 21 books of Mary Oliver poems. By chance, I picked up her 2008 anthology entitled Red Bird, published by Beacon Press, the Unitarian Universalist printing press. And then I opened that book to a random page. It happened to be page 37. And allowing her to speak beyond the grave to me, to us, I read aloud the following words. Instructions for living a life. Pay attention. Be astonished. Tell about it. Mary Oliver was born in Cleveland, Ohio on September 10th, 1935. She passed into the mysteries of death at age 83 in mid-January of 2019. In between her birth and her death, she published over 25 volumes of verse and prose. She won a Pulitzer Prize and fell deeply in love and shared 5 decades with her life partner, photographer Molly Malone Cook, who was the first woman to open a photographic gallery on the East Coast. Mary Oliver spent most of her life as a poet living at the tip of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, amidst the sand dunes and seagulls and surf and the forested ponds of Provincetown, a small Portuguese fishing village and a haven for artists of all types and the LGBTQIA+ community. Mary Oliver was an intensely private person and never lost that Midwestern sense of practiced politeness, chronic humility, and emotional warmth, yet remoteness. Mary Oliver's method of writing a poem was experiential, not cerebral. You should never write sitting down, she would say. Be on a chair. And never be on a chair, she would say, and never, ever write on a computer. Each day, she would leave her house in the dawning light of the early morning, accompanied by her beloved dog, Percy, who is notably in many of her dog poems, the Percy poems. Google it, you'll find it. In her hand every morning was a notebook and a pencil, her other companions on that day's meandering walk. And while walking, strolling amidst the dunes and forest, Mary Oliver would write about, in the moment, whatever caught her eye. The New York Times reports that she became one of the 2 best-selling poets in America, with throngs turning out for her public readings, giving her, according to the New York Times, quote, the aura of a reluctant, bookish rock star, end of quote. Ruth Franklin, writing in The New Yorker in 2017, notes that part of the key to Oliver's appeal is her accessibility. It doesn't feel like you have to take a seminar in order to understand Mary Oliver's poetry. She's speaking directly to you as a human being. She writes in a conversational style, but an equal part of her power is that she offers her readers a spiritual release that they might not have realized they were looking for. She tends to use nature as a springboard to the sacred, which is at the beating heart of her work. Which brings us back to that snippet from her poem, Instructions for Living a Life. Pay attention, be astonished, tell about it. The first of Mary Oliver's 3-step instructions for living a life is simply to pay attention. In The Summer Day, one of her most popular poems, Oliver admits, I don't know what a prayer is, but I know how to pay attention. In another poem, she writes, this is the first, the wildest, and the wisest thing I know, that the soul exists and is built entirely out of attentiveness. Pay attention. This is our endless and proper work. Oliver's practice of observation requires us to do more than look. She wants us to open up to stimulation from all our senses, seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, even touching the world around us. Paying attention is a full body and mind experience. As we do so, Mary Oliver says, our relationship to the world around us is transformed. Mary Oliver writes, every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside the soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, Mary Oliver says, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with teachings such as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. I'm going to just... The second of Mary Oliver's three-step instructions for living a life is to be astonished. Could we just say that? Be astonished. Mary Oliver says that paying attention without feeling is only a report. Paying attention must awaken our emotions. That is how awe and wonder is unleashed. So imagine it. Here's Mary Oliver, crouched at the edge of a forest pond in Provincetown, a pond brimming with wild water lilies. She writes, every year the lilies are so perfect. I can hardly believe their lapped light crowding the black midsummer ponds. Nobody could count all of them. The muskrats swimming among the pads and the grasses can reach out their muscular arms and touch only so many. They are that rife and wild. But what in the world is perfect? I bend closer and see how this one is clearly lopsided, and that one wears an orange blight, and this one is a glossy cheek half nibbled away, and that one is a slumped purse full of its own unstoppable decay. Still, what I want in my life is to be willing to be dazzled, to cast aside the weight of facts, and maybe even to float a little above this difficult world. I want to believe I'm looking into the white fire of a great mystery. I want to believe that the imperfections are nothing, that the light is everything, and it is more than the sum of each flawed blossom rising and fading. The third of Mary Oliver's instructions for living a life is to tell about it. Awe and wonder amount to nothing if we hold this experience in the silence of our own hearts and minds. For Oliver, these personal moments of paying attention, these internal stirrings of astonishment are meaningless if they don't propel us outward to share what we've discovered. At our core, we are all storytellers. We are storytellers who yearn to be heard. We are storytellers who yearn for connection to other stories. For Mary Oliver, life isn't simply what we intensely experience when we are alone. The fullness of life is found when we connect with others, when we share our observations and listen to the experiences of others. That is why Mary Oliver didn't simply tell her stories through poems on a page, as important and lasting as that is. She also went out and personally shared her stories with those who gathered in person, in community. Mary Oliver knew that the spiritual journey is not a path that we walk alone. We need companions on the journey. We need a community to return to again and again. And perhaps that is part of what Mary Oliver meant when she wrote, "Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things." Que así sea, bendito sea. May it be so, blessed be. Amen.
This moment, perfect, golden, grasp it, see it. This moment, laughing, happy, feel it, be it. Curve of face, warmth of hands, butterfly. Pin in place when it lands. Try this moment, ripened, bursting, taste it, name it. This moment, precious, fleeting, catch it, frame it. Curve of moon, warmth of air, willow bough. Winter soon, be aware now how this sadness, aching, reaching, looking on at this moment, present, distant, shining, bubble, touch it, lose it, laughing, happy, perfect, golden, gone.
Do you mind if I tell you a story? I was sitting at my computer when, ta-da, a great realization came to me. I was sitting on a chair. Without that chair, I would be splat on the ground. That chair was supporting me. I looked at its legs, its foundation, sort of like our church, that helps to support all of us. It does its job well. Still, without the seat, what would we do? It holds us as we hold up each other. Then I noticed the arms. They are always there for us to hold on to, trustworthy, holding us all the same. As this back does, we rest secured in support, like our church community. Now the church is complete, and it is all because of this partnership of each piece. It helps me to see our contributions to our church that way. We all do what we can, and each contribution is special and appreciated. We are all like pieces of a chair. Together, we make a good community. We all have special gifts that we share. We are part of our community as the parts are to a chair. Now, before we say our offering response, if you feel comfortable to do so, look at the person next to you and just say, thank you.
Thank you.
Now together, we say our words of offering. If not us, then who?
If not open hearts, then what? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not generously, then how? If not us, then who? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién? Si no con corazones abiertos, entonces ¿qué? Si no es ahora, entonces ¿cuándo? Si no es aquí, entonces ¿dónde? Si no damos generosamente, entonces ¿cómo? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién?
Now, if this is your first or second time with us, please let the plate pass you by. The morning offering will be gratefully received. Mary Oliver writes, light is an invitation to happiness, and that happiness, when it's done right, is a kind of holiness, palpable and redemptive. As we prepare to extinguish the light of our chalice, let's join together as we say,
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts. So I have a few reminders before we have our closing words and our sung benediction. Cecily is our coordinator of community life. Notice the new picture. Love it. If you are new or newish to this wonderful place and would like to understand a little bit more about it and also how you can begin to connect and develop a sense of belonging, Cecily is your go-to person. Look for her either before the service or out in the courtyard after the service. Speaking of our sun-dappled courtyard, I see the tables waiting for you and your caffeine, so we invite you to join us for coffee hour at the end of the service. If you are new, we know coffee hour can seem daunting and overwhelming. That's why there's a turquoise tablecloth out there with a board member sitting at that table, eager to engage you in conversation. You don't have to think of anything. They do all the work for you. Also, as you leave, you may notice that Jim Kernan has hung our next installment of our UU Art Space. We honor artists, professional, amateur, and everyone in between. And thank you, Jim, for another wonderful show. Lots of things happening after the service. United San Joaquin, our magnificent social justice organization that used to have the name IAF, they are going to have a table in the foyer inviting you to join them and me on May 3rd at 4 p.m. at Fresno City College for what will now be the official founding event of United San Joaquin. We expect over 800 people will be in attendance. We hope one of them will be you. And to encourage you to take this social justice action, if you sign up at that table, you will be entered into a raffle, and one lucky signer will get a $100 gift certificate to the restaurant of your choice. Maya Ballas is screening her film, I Am Joaquin, Yo Soy Joaquin, right after the service here in the sanctuary. This is an acclaimed 1969 film about the rise of Chicano culture and the United Farm Workers movement. There's a poignancy to this film that a week ago we would not have expected given all that has transpired. We hope you will join Maya for the screening and then a conversation about this important film. Cecily will be leading her Exploring Your Spiritual Journey for newcomers in the church office. So feel free to go there, and she let me know that if you're a long-timer, you can sneak in and take Exploring Your Spiritual Journeys for newcomers as well. Also, the Mosaic Makers Anti-Racism Workshop has been postponed due to the illness of several of our facilitators. Looking ahead, 2 weeks from now, April 12th, will be our potato bake potluck. We invite you to bring a favorite potato dish to share. It does not have to be a baked potato per se, but a baked potato dish. Also, coming up right after that on April 18th at 4 p.m., excuse me, our UU Kids Talent Show. So mark your calendars for that early evening, and that will also be a potluck celebration. Last but not least, we do like to welcome folks who are here for the first, second, or third time. We do it not to embarrass you, I promise, but we do it. We're genuinely glad on a gorgeous day like today. You could have been anywhere. You chose to be with us. We hope that you are glad you made that choice. Either way, if this is your first, second, or third time and you're feeling brave, could you rise for just a moment so we can acknowledge you? Welcome, hooray, welcome, 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 yay! I invite the rest of the congregation to rise with them. Feel free, if you came with someone, to join hands. If you came on your own, just your hands over your heart. You have heard these words, and I share them yet again. They come from Mary Oliver and her instructions for living a life. Pay attention. Be astounded. Tell about it. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Let's sing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
May we have safe passage, safe passage. May we have safe passage on our way, safe passage on your way.
Shalom and assalamu alaikum.